Alright guys, what's going on? It's Danny. Welcome back to the channel. And what I figured I'd do for this video is I figured that I would jump into another box of this leaf. Now if you can hear some reluctance in my voice, it's because this box of leaf that I opened right here in the cards, I just put the cards back in. It turned out to be a huge box of crap. If you've not seen that video, I will leave the link in the description. And that way you can go back and see that the struggle was real with that. The cards, if I remember, is supposed to be 200 and something cards in series 1, and I wound up only getting, I think it's like 264 cards are supposed to be in there, and I only was able to pull cards 1 through 132 in this. Now I think I mentioned a funny thing happened. I bought a box of this, $15 shipped to my door. And then like 3 days later, another box showed up at my door, from the same person, and they messaged them on eBay, and they were like, we don't know what happened. It was our mistake. Just keep them. Thank you for your honesty, whatever. And so I have I have 2 boxes here in case we run into a similar situation. They're supposed to come out of the same unopened case or whatever. And so we'll stick those back there kind of just as bookends. I don't know how much on camera they'll get. So having said that, let's jump into this box. Now I am the first to admit that 1990 Leaf is the cards that people want, but this was what I could get into. This is what I could afford and whatnot. So this is what we're doing. And I think I mentioned before that one of my main purposes in doing this was to pull the Harmon Killebrew puzzle, and I think it's the same puzzle on Series 1 and Series 2. So, we'll just jump into them and see what we can find. And, if we pull some cool cards, great. If we don't, then we weren't out much. So we'll stick that to the side. Well, there's a Tim Raines right off the bat. Alright, so Rick Cerrone, Greg Gagne, Willie Randolph. There is a Dale Murphy. Now, I am a Dale Murphy fan, so I'm going to stand him up at the back, and I don't actually have many of his Phillies cards because this was about the time I was getting out of it. So hopefully we have a little more flavor in this box. Hopefully we pull a few more Hall of Famers. Look, there's a Big Mac. So already I'm feeling better about this. And Tim the Rock Raines. So we'll stand him up. Actually, we'll sit him up here. Great player. So we'll see what we're able to get out of this. And maybe we'll have some cards we can add to some of our giveaway piles that we're making. Alonzo Powell. Never heard of that guy. Rick Cerrone again. Uh-oh. Maybe. And just maybe we're going to repeat history here and pull the same, all the same crap over and over and over again, like we did in box 1. And if that's the case, then this may be a video that is just full of me laughing at the crap that I'm going through as I go through this. Joey Cora. Okay, and a few of these cards are dinged up, man. It's kind of a bummer. Kind of a bummer to have some of them already messed up like that. But at least this box is, much respect to Jack Morris. I just set him down. Look, there's my guy right there, Wade Boggs. So that's pretty sweet. So Carlton Fisk, Hall of Famer, we'll stick him up on that pile. And I'm just going to pull random. I'm not going to try to make some pack magic happen here. After after the last box, I've recognized that it really doesn't matter. But it'd be neat to pull some of these cards. Like I said, if you're a baseball card fan, it might be neat to get a Dave Stewart. I was a big fan of his when I was a kid. it might be neat to pull a Don Mattingly out of this or add to your collection. Scott Erickson was a huge name back when this set was coming out. That was definitely one of the it guys for a little while. I don't think he quite panned out like everyone hoped he would. But so we keep adding to the puzzle pieces, and it looks like we got a gold card here of Eddie Zosky. So we'll set them up. That way we can kind of keep track of what we pull. Kevin Elster was another guy that was supposed to be a big name for a little while. I don't know if you guys remember. There's Crime Dog. We'll stick him up there in kind of the good pile. George Brett, another guy I loved growing up. So yeah, I can already, I don't know it. Even though the second pack kind of didn't show very well, it still feels like maybe we've got a little bit better numbering going on here. Maybe we won't pull all the same cards. But, you know, there's another Big Mac. There's another Mitch Williams. Another Tim Raines. So, you know, it may very well be that we just... There's the Hawk. I'll sit him up there. Hopefully we'll pull a lot of guys like that. Ken Caminiti. There's a Roger Clemens. So there's Rocket. Set him down there. And, you know, we'll keep our expectations low. Keep your expectations low, and then you don't get disappointed. And it's kind of a tough way to go about it, but there is a Tim Costo. Again, we'll set him up there in the middle. Jack McDowell, you called him Blackjack. This was about the time I was a fan of the White Sox. So we just pulled a Randy Johnson big unit card. There's Harold Reynolds. And Tony Gwynn. Mel Hall. Alright. So, you know. Uh-oh. There we go. And again, maybe we'll wind up with 3 or 4 of these puzzles that we can kind of send on their way. There's Darryl Strawberry. That card's kind of dinged up a little bit. There's a cool card. That's an early Frank Thomas, not his rookie card. I believe his rookie card was from the year before, but pretty cool stuff. There's another Hall of Famer, Roberto Alomar. He doesn't get much love like I figured he would. There's another Randy Johnson. Darling, Jimmy Jones, Mario Diaz, and a Jeff Gray. So this isn't terrible. It's not the train wreck that the first one was. There's Dave Winfield. Mattingly. What I may have to do is just start stacking some of these guys on top of other guys. And we'll try not to let this video last 30 minutes. That is a good card. Jeff Bagwell. That's a pretty good card right there. Gold card. Glad to have that one. Another Frank Thomas. Another Robbie Alomar. Andy Van Slyke. Another Alex Fernandez. Like I said, he was and a Rafi Palmeiro. Big name, you know, back in this era. With the Orioles and then the Rangers. But Rob Dibble. Yeah, played in Nashville in 1988 and in 87. I probably saw him play. I don't remember him. Todd Zeal. Kent Herbeck. And there is Sid Bream. I'm going to make you famous, Sid Bream. Followed by the Kid Ken Griffey Jr. So again, that probably is his second year card, but hey, you know, if you don't have it, you might like it. There's Bobby Bowe, Mark Lee. So yeah, man, you know, maybe it's just that Series 2 is where they put their stars. I don't know. Let me a comment if you know better or not. There's the Hawk. Feel bit. Steve Avery. Looks like his rookie card. And there's Ken Griffey Daddy. Orlando Merced, Wally Backman. Alright, let's see who else we can get. Doing pretty decent here. Denny Neagle. Dave Volley. John Franco. There's Cal Ripken Jr. Followed by Nolan Ryan. I mean, if you remember watching the other video, if you were able to stick with it, I think Ricky Henderson, Ozzie Smith, and maybe Craig Biggio were all I got out of Series 1, because it was literally only cards 1 through 132. So it was tough, man. I didn't get anybody. And usually these Leaf cards are in pretty good shape, but I have noticed a few be dinged up. But one thing I'll give there is Edgar Martinez. He's going to be going into the Hall pretty quick. Eric Bullock. I noticed that the centering and things on these cards is actually pretty good. And not only that, but you don't have the print blemishes that you have. Look who's on the back of that one. Oh, yeah. So we got a Mike Huff gold card. We'll lay him up there on the gold card stack. Don't have all the what we refer to as hickeys. Now, Kevin Miles was another one at this time that was a highly touted prospect that I guess just really didn't pan out. Glenn Allen Hill was also. There's Paul Molitor. We'll stick him up here on just a Hall of Fame stack. Jack Morris again. And there's Mr. Wade Boggs. So we're doing well. We've pulled a couple Wade Boggs, a couple Mark McGuires. I wouldn't mind pulling another Dale Murphy. I got some plans for some Dale Murphy cards. Roger Salkeld gold card. So yeah, wouldn't be bummed about that. I'd be pretty happy. Jack Morris again. So if anybody needs a 91 Leaf Series 2 Jack Morris, let me know, because I'm getting a virtual plethora of them. Dave Righetti, Ron Hassey, Ozzie Guillen, whoopsie, Paul Molitor, we'll stick him up there. Hubie Brooks, Willie McGee when he was a Giant, and Joe Carter, another great player. So actually, you know, as I'm pulling these cards, you know, I've got this other box here. Maybe I could include, you know, some packs in a giveaway of some sort. Especially if you have the opportunity to pull, you know, some stars, some Hall of Famers. Ken Caminiti again. I would stop short at Rocket. Stop short of doing that with Series 1 based on how, I mean, it could have just been a crap box, but there's Andre Dawson again. I think I had him up here. Tewksbury and Raphael Belliard. But Series 2, and I've noticed Series 2 show up in some of the other boxes I see, you know, floating around. But anyhow, I mean, I wouldn't feel as bad giving this as a gift, or some of these packs as a gift. There's Vince Coleman. Big fan of his as a kid. Because you have the opportunity to pull some cards. Now, obviously, I've opened several. There's Mr. Gary Carter. I'm putting him up here. He was a childhood favorite. Got the little mini binder. If you didn't see that video that I showcased, my little mini binder that has both Gary Carter and Dale Murphy in it. And it's just 2 guys I collected as a kid that I was pretty good at getting their cards in my hands, so it's one of the reasons why I dug them. Crime Dog again. I got him up here somewhere. We'll just stick him over on this side. George Brett again. Kurt Schilling, Dennis Eckersley. Big fan of the Eck as a kid. Oh, that one opened on the corner. Did y'all see that? That was kind of weird right before I threw it down. So I don't do a whole lot of box breaks. I think the videos just kind of last too long. And it's tough for me to sit through them. You know, I'm a fan of a lot of people's channels, but it's tough for me to sit through box breaks. There's Dion. Neon Dion. Was an exciting player. But, you know, box break videos take 30 minutes. And a Pat Kelly gold card. Stick him up there. And I don't know how many gold card players there were. Kurt Schilling again, Eck again, John Crook again, Robin Ventura, Thigpen, Felix Jose. So, anyhow, I'll have to go back and do some research on that to figure out if it's like 24 cards or something along those lines. But one thing is for certain, I feel much better about the yield from this box than I did the other one. There's Mattingly again. Make sure I get him on his stack. Brett Butler doing what he was known to do. Was one of the best bunters in the game. I'll just leave those there. It's happening to me several times. But after this, I should definitely have a full Ryan Klesko. Yeah, that guy played long enough to develop a little name for himself with the success of the early 90s Atlanta Braves. But I should be able to put together a couple of these puzzles. I'm thankful for that. I know a lot of people think that those are a waste of time. I figure it's part of what you're buying. You know, that was their draw. Yeah, they didn't have gum or whatever, stickers. It was part of, I mean, it's part of the experience, part of what you're getting when you get these cards. So you might as well take the time, put it together. I found that kids love them. Other collectors tend to like them if they're put together and kind of, you know, set up somewhere. Edgar Martinez. So that's what I do. Why not? Why not? There's Sammy Sosa. Chris Hammond. Yep, played in Nashville. I remember him. Alan Trammell. He's in the binder from my childhood. Alright, so hoping, looks like I've only pulled one Griffey Jr., one Cal Ripken, one Nolan Ryan, one Sammy Sosa. So pulling those guys again would be pretty cool. Doubling up. I don't have those guys from my childhood. I don't remember. I remember buying. So there's Ripken. And Nolan Ryan was behind him last time. I don't know if you remember that. So it's pretty neat to get these cards. Well, one thing about pulling doubles is it allows you to leave one in the set if you're set building, but then also kind of put one into PC, like to, you know, put in your binders or whatever. I don't know if any of y'all still do binders or if everything is just top loaders or whatnot. So, and then when you get a third one, it, you know, can go in your giveaway pile. Which, you know, it's always fun also. Alright, so we're at 20 minutes. Looks like we got about 8 packs left, maybe. Oh, I didn't even know they made one. Look at that. There's an insert card I didn't have. No-hitter number 7, Nolan Ryan Leaf. That's pretty sweet, man. That's pretty sweet. I didn't even know these were in here. Hopefully he's got one for each no-hitter. So I'm going to put that on the Nolan Ryan pile. So hopefully you're impressed with that one. Insert cards were not as common back in these days. You know, Carlton Fisk again. Darryl Strawberry again. I'm going to stick this one kind of over here where I can see it. Glenn Braggs, Vance Law, Jason Grimsley. There's another Frank Thomas. Looks like I've got 3 of him, so I might be able to give one of those away. So pretty cool. Definitely liking how this is shaping up. Definitely liking Series 2 is, guys, if you're going to get in the market for these cards, Series 2 is the way to go. Sorry, I think I'm jiggling the camera a little bit. Dave Stewart again. This is White Sox heavy pack. Alright, looks like we're down to about 6 maybe. Anthony Young gold card. Alright, Dwight Evans, Devin White. Kevin Elster again, Alex Fernandez again. There's another Frank Thomas. Looks like that's 4. Another Robbie Alomar. Looks like 3 of that one. Alright. Looks like we got 1 in each corner after this pack. Scott Radinsky. Vince Coleman again. Leon Bip Roberts. Gary Carter. Stick him up there. Bob Walt. And some puzzle action. Alright, so we're going bottom left. Kevin Malls again. Alright, you got a Darren Jackson. Alex Fernandez, Rafi Palmaro, Blackjack. Alright, so didn't get anything, so bottom right. Al Newman, Steve Avery rookie card, Griffey Sr. Not the Griffey we were hoping for. Much respect to the father though. He had a long career, good career. Career most people be proud of. Alright, puzzle. Alright, top left. Robin Ventura. George Bell. He wound up playing for the White Sox right around this. That's like the 3rd White Sox from this one pack. Mike Maddox. Alright, so last pack action happening right here. Throw a little hoodoo magic on it. Alright. See what we get. Well, Greg Jeffries. Hoodoo magic doesn't work. There's a Dion. We'll stand him down here. Greg Harris. Alright, another puzzle piece. So, a lots to see. What we'll do then is we'll point out some of the cards that we got standing up. So we got a couple Dale Murphys, couple Mark McGuire's, couple Wade Boggs. We got looks like Gary Carter, Carlton Fisk, Alan Trammell. There's Andre Dawson, Paul Molitor, Tim Raines. Kind of mixture there. Our gold cards were Anthony Young, Ryan Klesko, Pat Kelly, Roger Salkel, Mike Huff, Jeff Bagwell, Tim Costo, and Eddie Zosky. Now, the cool part about that is we did not get a double. So I'm intrigued by that. This probably had Dennis Eckersley, George Brett, Crime Dog, another Andre Dawson, Tim Raines. All right, so we probably pulled 3 of each of those guys. I got a couple Roger Clemens. We got a couple Randy Johnsons. We pulled 4 Frank Thomases, so that's pretty sweet. Pulled a total of 3 Tony Gwynns. Pulled only 1 Griffey Jr. Couple Dave Winfields. Looks like 3 Robbie Alomars. A couple Don Mattingly's. Couple Deion Sanders. Only 1 Sammy Sosa. Couple Cal Ripkins. We pulled a couple Nolan Ryans, and then finally my absolute favorite card that I pulled out of this set. And I'm gonna have to go over it and make sure it's, you know, it's clean. It's got a little ding up right here, but that is an absolutely cool card. No hitter number 7, Nolan Ryan gold card, BC 25 in that set. Wow, just pretty sweet, dude. Let me know if you've got any of these cards in your collection. I'm going to have that one in a top loader here in just a moment. And then, of course, one of the reasons why we, bought them is for all these silly puzzle pieces. And look how messed up these jokers are. That surely was happening during the manufacturing process for them to be that jacked up. But I'm betting I've got a full puzzle in this just because of how the stuff was packed and whatnot. So let me know. Look, that's got a hickey on it. That's a print hickey right there on my puzzle piece. It's all kind of messed up. But guys, sorry about the long video. This one is 2 thumbs up better than Series 1 was. I would do this again. I may use this other box to throw some random packs to people here and there just for fun. It's some product that you wouldn't run out and buy yourself. So maybe you would dig getting some as a gift, mixed in with some cards or whatnot. But guys, I appreciate it, man. Check it out. I'll try to link a couple of the other videos that I mentioned in the description below. Hit that thumbs up button for me, man. Like I've said in other videos, it doesn't cost you a dime, but it means the world to me. If I'm going to take the time to watch a video on YouTube, I'm going to hit the like button just because that's the way I do things. And appreciate you leaving any comments. Let me know what you think about these cards, man. They're actually pretty decent shape. I'm tickled to have gotten them. I'm tickled I have another box here. So anyhow, guys, have a blessed rest of your week. I hope it's productive. I hope the weather's good for you. Got a lot of graduations and things coming up. If you've got a graduate that's about to walk the stage, congrats on that. I've got one myself and looking forward to spending time with family. Guys, that's all I got for today. Leave me a comment, leave me some support, and we will catch you on the next video. Thanks.